Yo, little quick video, man. I gotta respond to SWP in one of his videos about it was about a talking point he made. Like I'm getting tired of this whole approach talking point. He trying to make it seem like it's different when the Strads when the B Dub gets with Brad because Brad's approaching them and then black men might be approaching white women, right? So he's saying that like the B Dubs still have a legitimate gripe. Like their gripe is still validated because of the whole approaching. And I told the mans that like basically disagreeing with him because at the end of the day, even if they're not doing the approaching, they're getting approach is that they can still say no. They can still reject and hold out for the ones they really want for the ones they really want to be approached for Ebony Man, right? So now I was like, anybody who using this framing, they can kiss my ass. And he over here writing, he responded to me with a paragraph about basically still trying to validate that whole approach narrative. It's like, dude, stop it. It's literally the same thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if if a brother tried to if he approached like Melissa or somebody like that, Rebecca. It doesn't matter because and B Dub getting approached by Brad is equally the same thing because she's saying yes. It's not like she doesn't have to say yes. She's still saying yes. She's dating him. When dating comes intimacy, and intimacy leads to procreation, right? So again, like people can kiss my ass with that. And he trying to make a big deal about some of them complaining about not getting choosing, especially some of these brothers not choosing them. But at the same time, it's like you're complaining, but most of these brothers are not gonna walk away from them like that. Most of these brothers are gonna approach them and date them. Most people date their own little culture, own little group. Most people tend to do that. So what's the complaint? Y'all complaining about the handful of dudes, maybe two or three handful of dudes who decide to do something different, as mad bus drivers say, to do something different. Complaining. You complain about the 30 dudes out of the 100 decide to do something different, but the other 70 dudes are choosing up on them. That's ridiculous. And then he's trying to do the whole colorism argument. It's like he's trying to say that the reason why they're not getting approached, some of these chicks are not getting approached is because of colorism, which I don't like that framing because he assuming that it's just colorism and not other endeavors like reputation, energy, behavior, appearances, or cooperation, reciprocation. It's like, bro, like you're trying to latch on to this whole colorism argument, and it's just going in and out of people's heads. It's going in one ear, out the other because it's 2025, bro. Like they do not have an excuse. The women do not have an excuse. They can go shoot their shot. If it's so much a problem, why don't they just go shoot their shot? Women in general have been shooting their shot for hundreds of years, for decades. It's just in different way, like giving out choosing signals or putting itself in certain positions for a guy to have a conversation with them. Like dropping a handkerchief and having a guy to pick her up, and then y'all starting a conversation, like stuff like that, like small stuff like that, or just being straight up pleasant, just really present, sweet, to the point where a dude just want to say something. I mean, we're not taking account the KO ratio, the kill death ratio, meaning how many dudes are approaching and how many dudes are actually being successful, or how many dudes are actually getting rejected. Man, this whole colorism argument, man, miss me with this, because we're not talking about the Brad worship. Some of these strats have the Brad worshiping thing. Have you not seen TikTok? How crazy some of them are talking? Like, you're gonna gloss over that? Dudes see this, you think they want to go near that type of energy? And then we talk like that's just assumption that everybody who's complaining is worthy of getting approached. Is worthy of getting approached and potentially getting a relationship or a marriage. Under this assumption, it's not colorism that's the problem. Is that people don't want to look in the mirror. And I am a fan of what Mr. Z said. Let's say some of this stuff is true. Like, and what you gonna do about it? Like y'all think that you gonna shame these dudes into submission. You're gonna shame them into submission. It's not gonna work, bro. Especially like younger millennials and Gen Z. We don't give a fuck. We do not give a fuck. That shaming shit is not gonna work, bro. It's gonna get worse for them. Oh, in this past few years from now, it's gonna get even worse. It's like, miss me with this complaining, bro. They got their feminism, their autonomy. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. So why can't the fellas do whatever the hell they want to do? I ain't got no ill will, hate for Mr. SWP, but it's like he's walking around with this little chip on his shoulder, like he got something to prove. Like he's gotta prove his blackness so bad to these daggles. He got too much empathy for them. They have, again, the feminism, the sexual liberation. They got all these endeavors that caters to women in this society. They got Ebony, the magazine, Black Girls Rock. Down the Democratic Party look at them as like the backbone. And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not trying to say they don't deserve to have no gripes or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, if you look what's going on, it's like what more do you want? What what more do you want from me? Like Tyrese talking about black men are not approaching, but I thought they were a failed patriarch. I thought they were bullet bags. I thought they didn't build none. Why would you want a bunch of dudes approaching you? A bunch of dudes who ain't, quote unquote, so called, ain't built nothing. Like, what you gonna get out of that? Why would you want a bunch of dudes who's so called don't delete you in every 5.5 seconds? Supposedly. Why we want a bunch of dudes who ain't on your level? You more educated. And you supposedly making more money than. Even though that's not true. You're not making more money than the men. And you're not that much more educated than the men. It's only about a 7% difference. So we're relatively around the same level when it comes to education. A lot of these narratives about the men, they're just narratives. They're not true. But that's all I got to say, man. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know your opinions on this.